Forget new facial recognition cameras in grocery stores and street corners. Forget social media prying on your private messages. Forget digital passport trial runs in Canada, France and New York City. With government enforcers shouting, "Show me your papers," to people sitting alone at outside cafes. Forget all of it, because it's all one big distraction from the evilest power of all. Listen, I know this will put a giant target on my back. They'll try to censor me or worse. But since no one else is talking about it, I'm putting it all on the line to share the truth with you. As you're about to see, the world elite don't need Big Brother to control you, because they've got something even more sinister, what I've come to call the control code. Originally believed to be the brainchild of Hitler's propaganda minister, Joseph Goebbels, the control code is a hidden energy frequency designed to lower your vibration and block you from manifesting. Up until 3rd April 2019, there were remote places where you could avoid the code. But in recent months, thanks to little covert boxes like this placed on every street corner, on top of fire departments, even on elementary schools filled with innocent school children, its reach has spread like wildfire. Nobody can outrun it. Turn on the TV, listen to the car radio, open up your phone, turn on your lights, simply try to relax in your living room. It's now there from the moment you wake up to late at night as you sleep. If you've tried to manifest great things into your life in the last 24 months without success, things like money, a house or a car, your soulmate, the control code is the real reason why nothing shows up. It literally causes headaches, stress and disease, poor sleep, and the ultimate goal is to lower your vibration to keep you from manifesting. Yes, the world's elite know all about the laws of the universe. That's how they became the elite. And for thousands of years, they've tried to block you from harnessing their secrets. As brain scans reveal, exposure to the control code depresses your brainwaves and your emotions, lowering your vibration. In this state, the universe can't hear you. It's like the elite's secret manifestation kill switch on your dreams. This is the real reason why the elite have been racing to get the code everywhere they can think. They don't want you to manifest your heart's wildest dreams. Instead, they want you working under their thumbs, working to manifest their dream. A sick, twisted vision of the future where they hold all the wealth and power. As terrifying as this sounds, it's no mistake you've found this page at this moment. For the exclusive few to realise what's happening, this moment presents a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. An opportunity to manifest your heart's greatest vision to life, starting today. You see, for every problem made from the deepest darkness, the universe has a solution from the brightest light. And for a great evil like the control code, there's an even more powerful antidote. As you're about to experience, as I did many years ago in the remote rainforests of Northern Australia, there's an instant way to cancel out the evil one's code with a divine manifestation code. A breakthrough top researchers are finally starting to understand. An ancient abundance code that launches you into an entirely new level of wealth and happiness instantly. This is the same code that launched Julius Caesar, Alexander the Great, Leonardo da Vinci, Shakespeare, Mozart, and so many more famous figures to unheard heights of wealth and success. For ordinary people, the shift is instant and life-changing. Many report all their money worries gone within 7 days of receiving the abundance code. Yes, as little as 1 short week for the divine code to raise your financial vibration to what I call instant harmonic balance. A state where you're always manifesting more than enough. And that's just for starters. Once you attain perfect balance, the code helps you manifest the kind of overflowing wealth where you never worry about money again. What I call the superabundance state. Think, going into the nicest restaurant in town, pointing at the menu to order whatever you want, and never glancing at the right side once. Can you imagine having that kind of freedom every single day? Because it's closer than you may think, as little as minutes away. I'm so excited you have found your way here. Your life is going to be forever changed as you join an inclusive and powerful group to harness the abundance code. Hi, my name is John Bass. I'm a musician, healer, sound engineer, and researcher of art true history, a magical past that's been kept from us. Some of the world's most successful people come to me for sound healing and hypnosis, including CEOs, artists, musicians, and athletes. And my best-selling sound healing series have also touched the lives of tens of thousands of people around the world. These days I love waking up every morning, excited to see what surprises the universe blesses me with. When I'm not in the recording studio, you'll find me enjoying new foods, travelling, sharing laughs with friends. It's a life of true freedom, with the time, energy and finances to follow my soul's purpose, to assist in lighting up the world. And thanks to the Abundance Code, money just seems to flow in and manifest effortlessly each and every month. Of course, it wasn't always this easy. Instead of living my dream life, I was once trapped living someone else's life. See this picture? This is London's Heathrow Airport. Over 200,000 souls walk in and out of its sliding doors every day. And before the code arrived in my life, I was often one of those souls. No, not because I was a world traveller. I'd actually never flown anywhere. Instead, I was firmly planted on the tarmac, spending my days tossing £50 bags on never-ending conveyor belts. Rain, cold, sun hotter than Hades. I braved it all for a little over minimum wage. Back then, I didn't wake up excited. Most mornings, I didn't want to wake up at all. I felt like I was trapped in an endless time loop. Alarm goes off, I rush to catch the bus, load and unload, go home, shower and fall asleep watching TV. The next day, rinse and repeat. As the guys would say, different day, same old. Well, you can guess the rest. Of all the jobs in the world, you may wonder why this one? I now know it was part of the universe's plan, but back then I was simply following in my dad's footsteps. Just like Grandad before him, he was blue collar, and he worked hard at the airport his entire adult life. So it's what I knew, the box I was born into. Maybe you can relate. Can you see the areas in your life where you've been limited, where you fell into a career, education choice or family role simply because it's what's expected by family and society? If I told you back then one day I'd be my own boss, where I make my own hours, vacation where I want and work in my pyjamas, they would have laughed. I mean, I still sometimes smile in disbelief, because in our blue collar world, that wasn't possible. And reality is, I could have spent my entire life lifting bags like a brainless robot. But the universe had something else planned for me, just like it has something in mind for you too. After a long day, I remember sitting on the porch with my dad. I was telling him how his old boss, now my boss, King Henry as we called him, had chewed me out in front of everyone. "You're 2 minutes late," he shouted with his high and mighty smirk. I was helping a customer find her lost bags. I wasn't even on break, I told him. "Break is only 15 minutes, he responded. "I'm writing you up." I remember asking Dad, how did you put up with it for all those years? He paused for a second and confessed, "John, you just put one shoe in front of the other and you keep going. And before you know it, you're retired like me." My dad was my hero. He was trying to cheer me up, but his advice actually had the opposite effect. At that moment, I realised my life path wasn't his path. Something inside me knew I wasn't meant to wait 40 years to start living. I wanted to live now. The next morning, King Henry must have sensed the shift inside me. In front of everyone, he told us he'd been too lenient, and thanks to John's actions yesterday, there were going to be new rules around here. After all, he was king. We were his servants. Today, I'm actually thankful for the role he played, because the next day, instead of walking down to the tarmac, I went up to the counter. I bought a ticket to the furthest place I could think of, what felt like the edge of the world, Australia. Originally, my idea was to fly into Cairns, a bustling vacation spot with sunny beaches, live music and beachside bars. But when I got there, I couldn't shake this feeling that I was looking for something that couldn't be found among the lights and modern buildings. No, what I came here for was much more primal. Something only found in a place unspoiled by man. The jungle. I didn't know how to get there. But the next morning I met Luki and Oliver, two Australian adventurers driving across the continent. As it turns out, their next stop was deep in the wilderness, up towards the northernmost tip of Australia, Cape York. "Wanna come with me, mate?" they asked me. I didn't have time to think. They were leaving now, so I grabbed my bags and we all piled into their mud-covered Toyota Tacoma. I remember how excited we felt. The energy, electric, like something big was waiting for us. The drive was over 1,000 miles, and when we get there, we stop at the town grocery store. All the locals were there, and they invite us to what they call the moonlight ceremony. It sounds like a big party, but when we show up, everyone is sitting quietly around a fire. A mysterious elder who looks to be leading sits in a meditative state. Soon, the drumming begins. As the steady beat plays, I feel myself relaxing deeper and deeper until I'm so relaxed. Words elude me, and stillness overcomes my body. I'm in a trance. Suddenly, I make eye contact with the mysterious elder. Something in his eyes allows me to relax. I feel a deep sense of trust as he comes to guide me. Soon my body starts warming, and a powerful light vibration washes over my entire body, healing the energy field around me. Up to this point in life, I didn't have a big connection to music. But then I felt and saw my heart connecting with what I can only describe as a pure harmonic sound vibration. What I now recognise as the code. A sound symbolised by this geometric symbol. I remember the elder giving me a knowing glance, a recognition, and I nodded in appreciation. I felt a deep sense of respect and love from the elder, my shaman, and I knew that my life would never be the same again. When I got home, it was like I was reborn into a man on a mission, more energized than ever. I was determined to discover what I experienced. I found myself fascinated by all things, music, shapes, and numbers. This led me to a rare book called Music, Geometry, and Mathematics. Inside my first clue, one of the 3 big clues. It was a secret known by the ancients, one we've lost touch with today. I say lost touch, but it's actually been hidden. Look at this stopwatch. Today, we usually count things in sets of tens, 10, 20, 30, up to 100. So why are there only 60 seconds in a minute? Why not 100? Reason is, this is how the ancients counted. When they built buildings, composed music, crafted art, and measured periods of time, they didn't use all the numbers. They only used some of them, what I call the harmonic numbers. The Sumerians, for instance, the world's first known civilization, counted everything in sets of 60. 60, a composite number, has dozens of other numbers that can be evenly divided into it. This makes it perfect for measuring. But even though 60 and its multiples are very powerful, there's actually another number the ancients treasured more. The most harmonic number behind virtually everything in our universe. 432. For instance, the sun's radius is 432,000 miles long. The moon's diameter is 2,160 miles long, which doubled is 4,320 miles. The speed of light is 432 miles per second to the second power. When it comes to timekeeping, there are 432,000 seconds in an hour. In 30 days, there's 43,200 minutes. An athlete's heartbeat beats 1 time per second. In 12 hours, that's 43,200 beats. The Yogi sages, the Mayans, and the Sumerians all believed Earth operates in 4 astrological cycles, which total 432,000 years. Cycles mentioned in the Bible. So, numbers like 60 and 432, they're building blocks, the core behind everything in the universe. Amazing, right? But what if the ancients knew something else about these numbers? What if these harmonic numbers held and activated